Hello, and welcome to this tutorial where we're going to talk about the basics of creating a new file in Adobe After Effects. Adobe After Effects is going to be the purple icon that says AE. When you've launched Adobe After Effects and you're ready to start, you have to create what they call a composition. A composition is different from a file or a project. You can only work on one composition at a time. So you'll go to Composition, New, and your composition settings will come up. Most of this should be familiar to you through other software where you get to name the composition what you want it to be. But the rest of this, as we'll go over in this tutorial, is exclusive to pretty much Adobe After Effects. You pretty much want to stay in the basics. The preset is usually set to HD TV 1080 29.97. They have a lot of versions, as you can see, and it just kind of depends on what the final project is going to be. You have the width and the height. This is just like any kind of project you would create in another software, except it's always measured in pixels because it's based off of the screen or the final resolution that you're going to go with. It should be noted that the larger that your files are, and combined with the format that you're recording in, can make the files bigger or take longer to render. It's okay to keep square pixels as your default aspect ratio, as well as 29.97 frames per second, unless you're dealing with a specific type of animation. We'll talk about duration in another tutorial, but the last element would be the background color of what your file is going to be like. Again, depending on what your vision is or what the final project has to be, you may need contrast, so you may want to change the background color of your file. You can do that by simply clicking on the swatch, and as is in other softwares, you can change the color of the background to whatever you want it to be. When you're ready, you click OK, and there's your file ready to begin. And this is how you create a new composition, adjusting background colors, setting the width and height, and the frame rate settings in Adobe After Effects.